Guys, how about now? I miss if I don't even know why I'm enjoying reading comments. Why you guys attacking me like this? Walai, this video, if it's not me, people should talk true. It's normal. And me, you guys are now making me explain myself.
Today, because especially if you're a public figure, you can't afford to put everything about you out there. You know, because whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever you put out there will eventually be used against you one day. Because the internet never forgets. So if you are the type of person that you are a public figure, you are in people's face, even if you're not a public figure, make sure that you censor what you put online. The internet never forgets. But you should also know that the devil is also online. The devil is online. So trust me, we've all seen the headline, we've seen the drama, we've seen the story from the private jet to the content creation drama, the cycles between Mr. NWOKO and Regina Daniels. But today, I don't want to be talking about this popular thing that everybody is seeing. I don't want to be talking about these ones that everybody knows, the one that is projecting in everybody's face. I want to be talking about something else that most of us are not saying. The secret behind all of this drama. So today we'll be having some real talk, very important discussions. The 10 brutal lessons that I've learned from the story of Regina Daniels and Mr. NWOKO. So the thing is, this is what I would genuinely want you to do for me. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind to this. Discard or pause all of the things you've been hearing from the social media, all of the noise. Keep an open mind, be objective so that you're going to learn or see some of the things that I saw between these two personalities. Without much further ado, let's just dive right into the video. Now, let me put this out there first off. This video is not about supporting or criticizing their marriage or criticizing them individually. No. If that is what you came here for, then I think you can just click out, right? This video is about sharing the 10 lessons that I've learned from Regina's journey, right? It might be something you feel like you don't need, but trust me, you will need this because you never can tell where life is going to push you to. These lessons might not necessarily cut across your marriage or your relationship, but it might be very important for your growth, right? It might be something you would need to share to the younger generation if they find themselves in this kind of dilemma. Trust me when I say this, no knowledge is a waste. There's this popular saying that an history that you don't learn from, you will repeat. So is it better for you to actually learn from other people's stories so as not to repeat them? Or repeating that history yourself and learning the bitter pills of life yourself? So the first lesson that I've learned from Mr. NWOKO's marriage to Regina Daniels is their principle of we against the world. Because if we are being honest, from day one, everyone has been against this marriage. I mean, check out the age gap, right? Because a lot of people are like, she is young enough to be your granddaughter, blah, 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 right? But they made it a call within themselves to stand together as a team against most of the noise of the social media. So the lesson in this is that they stood together as a team, building a fortress that shut out the noise of the social media and what they were saying, right? So now let's not look so much at the age gap in as much as it's a thing, right? But let's look at the lesson that you can take for yourself, either to build yourself as a person or to build your marriage or to build your business. Because the truth is, whatever you do, people will always talk, right? But when you start making the mistake is when you let what people are saying affect you, right? So as far as you know that whatever it is that you're doing is right before God and before man, trust me, it is better for you to ignore the noise and keep doing what you are doing, right? So being objective about this, take the lesson, which is building a fortress mentality to always shut out the world when they are trying to send in negative energies towards your way. All right. When you're confused about what to do with your partner, or you're in a team and it looks like the noise of the world is trying to like overshadow what you're building, trust me, adopting the we mentality, shutting off what the world is saying and being stronger with your partner works a lot of magic. Right? Because the house that is built and strong within himself can never be broken. All right, except the house decide on its own to break from within. Right. So the second lesson I've learned from this story is the power of self-definition, ignoring the social media consensus, ignoring what the word is saying. All right. So I went back to research this story for greater in-depth. I realized that from day one, Regina Daniels has always stood her ground, stating the fact that she married for love and not for money, against what the people on the social media platform are saying. She stood strong on her narrative, even sharing videos and pictures about these things to back it up, that at some point, even the social media world started accepting her story. Like, she sold her story so well, she sold her narrative so well that people had no choice than to buy into that narrative. Right? So the thing is, if you don't sell your story right, if you don't stand your ground on what you believe in, the waves of the social media, the noise of other people is going to overshadow your own, and you'll end up letting them tell your story for you. And the truth is, nobody is going to tell your story better than you. Right? So if people are whispering or saying things that are not right, you have the right as a person to address it and stand on your narrative. Right? Because I believe that when you hammer on it well enough, when you build on it well enough, eventually people will have no choice than to buy into your story, right? It's like marketing, right? That product that is repeatedly shown on your face. Maybe you've told yourself from day one, I'm not buying this. But when they keep showing it on your face, every moment you click the social media, it is on your face. Eventually, one day, you might be forced to click and get it. So repetition has a way of making things stick in people's mind. So the summary of this is that don't let the social media to define your success. Don't let the social media to define who you are or tell your story. Put your narrative out there, put your story out there and stick to it, especially if it gives you the happiness that you need. Because truth being told, if anything goes south or if they say anything that is contrary to all your stories and you become sad or start sinking in depression, no one really cares. Because, honestly, the social media is just there to get gist, to get entertained. The social media is for entertainment. Alright? So if you know this game pretty well, you have to play it pretty well too. Alright? The third lesson I learned from this couple is the luxury of selective transparency. The luxury of selective transparency. Trust me, in our world today, especially if you're a public figure, you can't afford to put everything about you out there. Because whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever you put out there will eventually be used against you one day. Because the internet never forgets. So if you are the type of person that you are a public figure, you are in people's face, even if you're not a public figure, make sure that you censor what you put online. The internet never forgets. Whatever you put online will come back later on in the future to either haunt you, right, or be a blessing to you. So you don't want to be that person that practically highlights every part of their life on the social media. You don't have friends on social media. You might have some friends on social media, fine and good. But you should also know that the devil is also online. The devil is online. So having the knowledge of the fact that the devil is online, do you want to practically put your life in the place where the devil is for it to be ruined? So before you click post, before you click share, always have it at the back of your mind that 1, the internet never forgets. 2, there are also wolves in sheep's clothing online. So know those that you are pushing your story to, know those that you are giving the key over your life to ruin you. Okay? So in this time and age of the social media, ensure that you're selective with what you post, right? You can't be saying that you're a Christian and you're posting something that is contradictory to what you believe as a Christian. Okay, so you have made your narrative known that this is where I stand. Ensure that you post things that is in line with that, right? Because it can always be picked up or dug up and will be used against you or for you. All right, so be selective with what you post. You ask yourself, does this relate to what I stand for as a person? Does this relate to my values? Does this relate to my personality? Does this relate to what I preach? Does this relate to my story? Can't be posting A and be claiming that you're B. It doesn't match. It doesn't correlate. So ensure that whatever it is that you post is in relation, it syncs well with the story that you start. Ensure that whatever you decide to post or share syncs well with the narrative that you gave from the get-go. Okay, so moving on to the next tip, the fourth lesson I've learned from this couple is managing the curiosity tax. Managing the curiosity tax, because the truth is everybody is curious. Everyone is nosy. People want to know. People naturally, let me use this line that we use in Nigeria, my country, amebo, wants to know. People are curious about your life, right? Meanwhile, they are protecting their own story. They are protecting themselves. So you are making yourself the scapegoat, the sacrificial lamb to entertain people with your own story. The thing is, the truth is, people are curious. Humans need and crave for entertainment is skyrocketing. It's like on the rise, right? So people are always asking. Now it's left for you to censor yourself and know what you're sharing. It's less for you to say, no, I'm going to share this. I'm not sharing this. I'm giving you this because this is what I want to feed you. You're not going to tell me what I am going to feed you about my life, right? You're going to be, you should try as much as you can to be on the upper hand, dictating the narrative, not the other way around. So you need to know this and know peace, that if you are successful, if you're a famous person, if you are someone, if you're a celebrity, quote and unquote, you should know that people will be curious about your life. People want to know everything about your life, right? So as a wise person, what you're going to do is that you're going to take that attention, take that curiosity and divert it back to valuable content that you want them to feed on. Because when you don't have rules, when you don't have structured values, when you don't have boundaries, people are going to feed off of anything. They are going to push you to share things you didn't intend to share, right? So you have to, so this is where you need to have these boundaries, right? To dictate what you give them. You need to be on the upper hand. You need to lead on what you want them to receive, not them directing you, telling you what they want you to give them. Because the truth is, when they ask you to give them something you initially didn't want to give at first, and if you don't lay the boundaries, you're going to make that request again. Before you know it, your entire life is on the social media. So set the boundaries, right? When they come curious, like naturally the curiosity will come. So when they come, take that curiosity, take that attention and drive it back to the content that you want them to see. That may be in line with your niche, in line with your business, in line with what you want them to see. Not something that they pressured you to give to them. Alright? So moving on to the next lesson. The next lesson I learned from this couple, most especially Regina Daniels, is the skill of navigating polygamy, compromise. I, for one, I genuinely would never support polygamy for anything. I'm not a polygamist. I don't buy it. I don't understand the idea behind polygamy. I hate polygamy, right? I'm a monogamist. I believe in one partner, one wife, one husband. That is my belief, and that is what I intend to go for. Right? Now, not to digress, I just have to put that out there because we're learning about someone that went into polygamy, right? But then again, I still have to impute my stand, right? While we are learning about getting the lessons we need to get from this objectively and move forward, right? So when it comes to this skill of navigating polygamy, the central truth there is compromise, right? Regina Daniels came into this marriage Regina Daniels came into this marriage knowing fully well that, okay, Mr. Ned is a polygamist and has signed to even get more wives, given that he's a Muslim, and once she accepted it in good faith, right? Because I believe that she might have counted the losses and she accepted it, right? So this is said to say that any decision you take in life, whatever decision you take in life, it has a repercussion. If you take a horrible decision, there are horrible consequences that you need to suffer. If you take good decisions, there are good consequences that you need to suffer. You can never eat your cake and have it, right? So no matter the decision you take, there are prices to pay. So I feel like she might have counted all of the, she might have counted her costs, counted her benefits, counted her loss, counted her gain, and every time realized that, okay, if I am to do this, it won't be easy, but I have to compromise. So also is life. There are times in life, in business, relationship, friendship, that you need to compromise. But here is my caveat. You need to ensure that whatever compromise you are making does not contradict your values. It does not contradict your relationship with God. First off, I'm a Christian and I believe so much in building a good relationship with God and being at peace with Him. So you must try as much as you can that whatever decisions you're making, whatever compromise you want to make, it does not affect your relationship with God. It does not affect your happiness. Happiness is very important because you can be swimming in wealth and you are going through hell, right? And that is the worst because you are torturing yourself mentally, emotionally. You're dying from inside. So ensure that whatever decision you're making, whatever thing you want to go into, that the compromise is worth it. Right? That the compromise does not affect your values. It does not affect your future. It does not affect your relationship with God. It does not affect your relationship with your family. It does not affect your relationship with your peace. It does not affect your peace of mind. Peace of mind is priceless. Peace of mind is very important. All right. So before you take any decision, always have this at the back of your mind. You can never eat your cake and have it. There is always a price to pay, right? So there is this thing they used to say in my place that you should always use your tongue to count your teeth. So ensure that whatever it is you're doing is worth it, because there are some compromises that are totally not worth it. You might enjoy it in the few years, but after then, what next? Is it long lasting? Or is it a temporary enjoyment that I'm going to have and suffer in the nearest future? So in summary, try as much as you can to highlight your boundaries, your non-negotiables, things that you can compromise on and things that you can't compromise on before engaging or going into any major phase of your life or taking any decisions that is very important in your life. All right. Next lesson from Regina Daniels, from this couple, is the true price of public allegiance. Trust me when I say this, if you are a public figure or if you are a people's person that is always in the face of everyone, your life practically becomes their business. Yes, you can't say it is not their business when you are practically pushing your life in their faces. They'll always have a say. They'll always have an opinion because you are feeding them with your life. Now, this is where you will draw the line on whether you want to take their opinion or not. But will they have a say? Yes, most definitely, they will have a say. So having this at the back of your mind, you should know that when sharing anything on social media, ensure you mind what you share, right? Because whatever you share, it is out there already. You can't take it back. And people feed on gossips. People feed on gist. Most times, people even prefer bad news more. People thrive on bad news, right? Because that is what people want to see most times. It's the bitter truth and the reality of life. That is where people want to share their opinions, the bad news. Because I know there are sometimes that emotions will be skyrocketing, the tantrums are going higher and all of those things. And that is when you want to pick your phone and that's when you want to say something. That is when you want to record and post. After that moment, the emotions will die down. People will talk, people will blast, people will either support you or blast you. So when the emotions have died down, everything has settled, then the aftermath is you would either live in regret of what you posted, what you shared, or you live in happiness. But the constant thing is you're going to get attention. You're definitely going to get drives. You're going to get followership, viewership, and everything. But what you sowed can never be retrieved. It can never be retrieved. The social media thrives on gist. So trust me, you don't want your own story or your weak moment should be something that will be driving the attention and the algorithm. Because when all of this settles, you can't take it back. It is already out there. It is already out there. And you can't tell them not to talk. They will definitely want to talk. They will definitely want to hear their own opinions. So if you are an intending business person, an entrepreneur, going into marriage, a public figure, a social media person, if you want to venture in anything that has to do with putting yourself in the public, ensure that you guard yourself and know what you post out there. Because that is the price you pay for public allegiance. That is the price you're going to pay for public allegiance. People would have a say in your matter, especially when it leads to the social media. People will have an opinion over your life, and there is nothing you can do about it because you brought it to our faces, right? So censor what you post, censor what you share, censor what you give to the public. These are people that you don't even know. These are just people behind cameras and behind phones. All right. So moving on to the next lesson. The next lesson is the clarity of the life you chose. So Regina is often quoted saying that this is the life I chose. I watched an interview where she mentioned that this is the lifestyle.
Anything where I want like this, I go get her. To cook, the day where I say I won't cook, he go even fight me and say, why they cook? Say, make I come up for kitchen. You know, if I say now, say I won't just sleep for 1 week, not do anything, I go still do okay, sleep for 1 week. So it's a very comfortable lifestyle and a happy one. My husband now will do good. True.
She chose, and she's happy and proud of the lifestyle she chose. But is that really the case though? Because the truth is, things aren't always the way it's seen. Things aren't always the way it is portrayed, right? So before you try to wish other people's life upon yourself or want to go into any type of life, any type of lifestyle, any kind of business, any kind of deal, any kind of path, or make any kind of decisions, ensure that you know exactly what you are going into. Ensure that you know exactly what you are doing. Ensure that you read all of the terms and conditions. Ensure that you go through the words by words. Ensure that you don't skip any line. Because immediately you tick, I agree, it will be used against you. You signed it. Nobody signed it for you. So ensure that you know the clarity of the life you are choosing. The clarity of the man you are saying, yes, I do too. The clarity of the woman you are saying, yes, I do too. The clarity of the agreement you're signing. The clarity of the business you intend to start. The clarity of the social media life you want to start. There are prices to pay. There are always clauses. But you'll be on the advantage when you know these clauses and you accept fully with your full chest and your clear eye that it is something you can deal with. I mean, you don't want to take any leap or jump into anything with a blindfold or without information. Ensure that you know everything about what you want to do. Be it business, be it relationship, be it friendship, be it partnership, whatever it is, ensure that you know the clarity. Ensure that you have full disclosure, full clarity of whatever it is you're going into in life. It is very important. Trust me, because a dino is the worst cry you would want to cry. Because whether you like it or not, regret and doubt are the fastest killers of contentment. You don't want to be found at the end of your tunnels regretting your actions while others that were moving slow and steady are enjoying their pace. So ensure that you own your choices. Whatever choice you make, own it. Take responsibility of it. Even the hard ones, even the difficult ones. You made the choices. So before making all of these difficult choices, ensure that you have full disclosure. full clarity of what you're going into. Because when kasala boss, like my people will say, it is all on your head. When anything goes south, it is all on you. You post this online, we are going to commiserate, we are going to like say, hey, yeah, pray for you, wish you well. But who is going to take the full blunt? You. Yes, you are going to take the full blunt. So know the clarity of the life you're choosing. It is not always as easy as it seems. If it is too good to be true, then it is too good to be true. This is a popular thing, but nobody takes it serious. Check for the clauses. Check for the hidden intentions. And before signing I do or I agree. It is very important. So the next lesson I learned from this is for you to brand your own bliss. Public displays. Brand yourself. Tell your own story right. Display yourself right. Showcase yourself the way you want to be seen. Because what I noticed about them is that not minding what the public was seeing, they kept showing and they kept posting videos, posting pictures of how blissful and how sweet their life is to counter the narrative of the public. So this is so to say that eventually the onus lies on you to tell your story. The onus lies on you to tell the world what you want them to view you as. The onus lies on you. It is your responsibility to shape your narrative. It is your responsibility to counter any negative thing the world is saying. It is your responsibility to give out what you want the world to view you as. It is your responsibility. People will always give their perspective or try to give a bit or try to tell your story from their own perspective or from their own story or from their own hurts, right? So it is now your responsibility to either counter it or support it. And trust me when I say this, silence most times is affirmation. When you're keeping quiet, you're affirming it. So it is also a good thing most times to speak up. When you are saying A and you know that you are not living A, you can bring out your B. Yes. So moving on to the next lesson. The next lesson that I learned from this couple is the power of unfiltered authenticity. Believe it or not, even in all of this drama, Regina Daniels owned who she is. Regina Daniels owned who she is, being the unfiltered Gen Z girl, right? She was always displaying it in her content. She was not trying to like fake to be something else or fake to be someone else or like the previous wives of the senator, right? She owned who she displayed who she is through her content, through her brand. Because we know before now, she is an actress. Before now, she was an actress and she is still an actress. She still went in line with the person that she is, with the brand that she represented. So being all of this, even though she was a wife and a mother, she shared content of her true self, being a Gen Z body and all that, so as to relate to a younger audience. Because eventually she's still a young girl and most of her audience are young people, I suppose. So she shared content to relate to these ones, holding on to our brand and building our brand even stronger. So in everything that you do, ensure that you are true to yourself. You are not faking to be someone else to please any other person. You are true to yourself. She was true to herself. Yes, I'm a mother of two. Yes, I'm a brand, but still, I still have a brand. This is me, right? And I feel the family also accepted that. Allow yourself to be truly you in your relationship, friendship, partnership, business deals, whatever it is. Be yourself. Authenticity works every time. They can never have another you, and fake sucks. Being a photocopy is never easy because it is draining and it will end up making you stress yourself because you're trying to copy someone else where you cannot get, when you could have been yourself easily and enjoy the flow. Right? So moving on to the 10th and the last lesson for this video, commitment is important as a business strategy. Remember when I started this video, I said, if you're coming to watch this video with an open mind, you are going to gain more lessons that you would use not just for yourself, to build your personality, to build your business. So the lessons can be used anywhere. So when it comes to commitment is an underrated skill in any area of your life. Commitment is an underrated skill for any area of your life. Trust me, commitment is valid. Commitment still works. It is a great business strategy, friendship strategy, relationship strategy, brand building strategy. Commitment. In my dialect, we say kwechiri. It is a very strong and reliable soft skill. Being committed. We also noticed this in Regina Daniels and Mr. NWOKO's marriage. They are always showing up together for businesses, for his political campaigns, and what have you. They were committed to their goal or their family goal or their goal as a couple. All right. So you can just take out this lesson and impute it in your own life, in your business, in your friendship and relationship. Ensure that no matter what the world is saying, no matter what naysayers are saying, you are showing up. Because there is a place you're going to, there is a promised land that you're going to, right? So don't be discouraged today. Keep showing up, all right? So this is where I'm going to be wrapping it up today for the life lessons I've learned from Regina Daniel and Mr. NWOKO's story, all right? So this is also my advice and my suggestions to every beautiful people out there. No matter what it is that anyone is going through at any phase of their life, ensure that you objectively look at their stories, pick the lessons you can pick, and try to see how you are going to learn from their experiences to build yourself, to be a better person. Instead of being that person that is always on social media, using your hard-earned data, using your hard-earned data to insult people, using your hard-earned data to mock people's pain, using your hard-earned data to castigate people. All right? Instead, how about use that data to get lessons? How about use that data to get lessons? How about use that data to learn things that is going to help you grow? Because eventually you waste your data insulting people, killing networks or relationships that would have benefited you. Let's not beat so much about this. If this video spoke to you, if you learned one or two things from this video, please do drop it in the comment section. Remember, I learn from each and every one of you as well. I am not the master of knowledge. I don't know it all. The main mission of this, one of the key visions of this community, this channel, is for us to come together and learn from ourselves, because there are some things you would know about the story that would benefit me that I don't know. But when you share it in the comment section, I'm going to learn, other people are going to learn as well. So other people are going to learn as well, right? So remember, this is Luchi's Journal and my name is Luchi Sam. On this channel, we share everything self-development, book review, life issues, and life lessons, even from great people out there. And we drop videos every single day. I drop shorts every single day. So try as much as you can to engage my videos, alright? Check my playlist. I have book reviews. I have self-development, playlist as well. Check it, because I believe that there is something for you. All right. But before you go, please like this video if it spoke to you, if you learned something. Drop your comments once again. I genuinely would love you to drop your comments, what you've learned or what you want to add to this video. Do well to take care of yourself until I see you in my next video. Toodles.